to Battlefield of Eternity here in Nexomania Division 3. On the left-hand side, we got Thrashers. Okay. Thrashers, yes. My brain today, I just can't, man. Oh, God. All right, we got a Tychus, Jaina, Diablo, Probius, and Stukov. On the right-hand side, for Almost Canadian, we have got an Anubrak, Blaze, Greymane, Malfurion, and a Tracer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My brain was like, that's not Thrashers, it's Trashers! And I just stared at it, and I was like, please stop fighting me today, brain. I think honestly, I said I boiled water for tea. I think it's gonna be very necessary to get. All right, we got a cannon rush for Probius here over on the right-hand side. No forge created, which is very interesting. Probius able to create a photon cannon with no forge. By the way, speaking of photon cannons, on the YouTube, on that there YouTube, I uploaded the cannon rushing video from when we did some cannon rushing in ranked in StarCraft 2 or a week or so ago. So hope you at least follow or subscribe to the YouTube channel. I've been posting the Nexomania games there as well, so if you miss any, it's a good place to check out the Nexomania games that you might have missed. And I have a video releasing just about every day. I think I skip the weekends, but I have a video releasing just about every day for a little bit here. So be sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell, or just subscribe. You're doing great, Baha. Thank you so much. I appreciate. It's just, I'm trying so hard. Greymane dives in, good damage onto Silver Spy, who's trying to back away, getting some healing out to the team as Diablo displaces the Greymane. Jaina comes in with a Cone of Cold and will get the burst damage necessary for a kill here in the top lane, avenging the Probius as Stukov will break off into top lane to go ahead and grab, to the top camp to be able to grab this with the help of Jaina and the Tychus. Probius still poking at the bottom lane. We got a TVP in bottom lane. We got a Terran versus a Protoss. Hey, Stark, good morning. Nubrak does go down. Man, I gotta say, thank you again, Stark, for the Jedi Fallen Order. I had so much fun playing that yesterday. I went snowboarding, and I very much enjoyed going snowboarding, but I really had way too much fun playing that game yesterday. So thank you again for the game. And if anyone else is interested, I think Stark was saying in Discord, it's on sale on Steam for like really cheap right now if you like Star Wars games. Like I put it on like the nearly the hardest difficulty, like the nearly the hardest difficulty, and it, like the game feels super balanced to me. So there's even easier difficulties than what I was playing on. So feels like a very approachable, like, it has those Souls-like aspects with dodge timing and all that kind of stuff and parrying, but I feel like with the easier modes, all of that becomes a lot more approachable. And it's not like playing Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne or Sekiro or something. It's mega cheap, like 90% off. It's a great butt. It is a great butt. Maybe on Epic or Twitch Prime or something, it's possible. I really like Fallen Order, but the villain is hot and don't want to fight them. I mean, you're right. What is it, the second sister or whatever who you meet very early on? Oh, yeah. Oh, just kick me down a flight of stairs. Thank you. Anubrak drops a impale behind as De La Soak's able to back away, spawning some beetles. We do have our Immortal phase here, ready to go. Probius trying to clear out the top lane as this is the Fallen Shaman approaching towards the fort as the gate's already gone down. Anubrak, Greymane, and the rest to rush through bottom. And we'll see how the race goes between these two teams. What's up, Last? How you doing, bud? Also, the ninth sister threw you off a cliff on opening scene. That is true, yes. They just held my collar and just dropped me over a cliff. The Tracer gonna try and get into the backline onto the Tychus. He does have the range increase, so he'll try and pepper into the Greymane, actually, and that's doing a lot of great damage to propulsion from Blaze. Gets the AoE stun. Tracer goes in, gets the kill onto the Tychus, but she will die trying to be, well, actually, she will die achieving that right there. So it's going to be a trade. Overpower from Diablo. A new Brett going in onto Jin at the top of our screen. Good damage on to Stukov, still pressured by this Blaze, as he does have the Adrenaline Stim Pack, so he's got that activatable attack speed, trying to just push back the Stukov as Jaina will hearth back. Jet Propulsion in the face of Diablo. The Fire Stomp healing up pretty good. He's got that Soul to Flame level 4. And he's also got, I always forget the level 7, the Eternal Flames at level 7 as well. Shadow Charge into the wall, overpower, body blocking, Jet Propulsion, and that's a kill onto Diablo, or excuse me, onto Blaze. I think actually the Jet Propulsion, was it canceled out by the Lurking Arm, or was it just such a short distance that it instant collided on Mundane Zebra? I think it's the latter of the two. I think it instantly collided onto Mundane Zebra, and that's why it seemed like it was canceled out. Ooh, good kill onto Tracer right there from the Jaina, assisted by Stukov. Does he have low blow level 1? No, he's actually going to be going into the long pitch, or excuse me, the reactive ballista spores at level 1. Nubrat trying to pressure back the enemy as the Immortal moves into bottom lane with the help of Probius. Will we see a split here? Yeah, we're going to see a nice split. Probius to push up the bottom lane. The rest of the team will try and take down the top lane for it, and they should be able to achieve this easily. At what minimum temperature should coffee, not ice, be served? Above 0 degrees Celsius. I mean, everyone's got their own, like, everyone's got their own level of, like, what they like for heat. Or, like, not heat as in, like, spice, but heat as in, like, how warm, like, soup or tea or coffee should be. I personally, like, I don't mind my tea being, like, lukewarm. Like, not super hot, not cold, just kind of lukewarm. I'm fine with that. I really am. I don't like scalding hot beverages personally. Like that's my old neighbor was like that. Like he would make like a cups of tea and he'd sit there and drink it. Like he'd pour it into the teacup, it'd steep for like, you know, the 5-10 minutes, and then he'd instantly start like drinking it. And I don't like that. Also, when you drink it like that, you have to sit there and you have to like sip it like just on the surface. So you're just like every single time, and yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Everyone's different. Some people like their coffee extremely hot. Some people like their coffee when it's just gotten cold. Everyone's, you know. They serve me lukewarm coffee after I asked for hot coffee. They said that's just how the coffee is served. That to be honest, it's probably not the fact that that's how the coffee's served. It's probably because that person doesn't get paid enough to give a shit. That's probably the real aspect. I honestly, that's what I'd be betting on. It probably has nothing to do with that's how they serve it. It's probably that person doesn't get paid enough to actually give a shit. Like, that person's probably like, they've got about 40 other jobs that they got tacked onto their minimum wage, and then someone's like, oh yeah, by the way, every 30 minutes you need to make a fresh batch of coffee to make sure it's piss hot, piping hot, wrong P word. You gotta make sure it's piping hot for the customer. And that person was just like, nah, I'm done. You already got me mopping bathrooms in between waiting tables, like. It's just one of those things, like, you know. I mean, that's, as I've said when I worked for architecture, the amount of jobs that I had to do within the company to get paid so little, it's just like, I was like, I'm done, I'm out. Good fight to break out in favor for the side of Almost Canadian, as the Stukov will go down first. There was a cocoon thrown onto, I think, Mundane Zebra that will be broken out. Silence from these Malfurion as the Tychus is in the back line. Greymane jumps onto the Tychus, who will fall asleep to the Malfurion's level 1 Emerald Dreams. It's a bit of a scuffle back here as Mundane Zebra gets low, and actually, it'll be the members of Thrashers coming out on top. I was a server, you give a shit, you get more money most of the time. That's not always true, my friend. When I worked at the sushi place, you didn't get tips. You got tips at the end of the month. So what they would do is the place would take all the tips, and then they would distribute the tips based on how much you worked Like how many hours you worked, essentially, and where you worked within the place, and also how much they liked you. So I'm saying, like, it's not everything is a one-to-one universal, because people in the food industry will find ways to cut corners and make life miserable for their employees. That's why turnover rate in some restaurants is higher than others, because tips and shit are not given out correctly, or distributed, excuse me. Trust me, I gave a shit, and I saw no tips. I carried those 8 miso soups through the tiny little restaurant. That's, yeah. This is America. Alrighty, well, Commandeer Odin, immortal as well through the bottom lane. Good siege to be started out for the side of Thrashers right now. Probius just gonna go ahead and throw some of the zoning potential out. Blanking on the name of the actual ability that he actually throws out right there. Warp Rift. I was gonna say Warp Prism. Close. Still, more Warp Rifts to zone back the enemy as the Immortal sitting fairly healthy, taking down this keep through the bottom lane. Tychus wanting to step forward, but can't do too much as the tower shots will start to target onto him. The keep does go down. This is the green light for the members of Thrashers to rush in. Silence from Malfurion. That's going to be a burrow charge in from Anubarak, followed up by the Blaze Jet Propulsion. Cocoon onto Diablo as Anubarak continues to step up. Tracer getting a lot of great damage into the Tychus, who will actually immediately just chunk into the Anubarak. The massive shove saving Tychus for a moment. Lightning Breath from Diablo as Malfurion will go down. And now the Immortal still pushing onto core is going to be able to take more than 50% of said core. This is actually looking pretty good for the side of Thrashers. I think with the amount of damage they have, this will be map number 1 over to the side of our blue team. GG, well played. Seems to vary a lot by location. I imagine it would be different as well as depending on who your regulars are. Oh yeah. Location, who your manager is, like all those things. Like restaurants are all run. Not every restaurant's run the same. Like it's. And as I said, there's people that'll try and screw over their employees by not giving them their full tips or etc. Some insane Diablo play, some really good Diablo play from Mundane Zebra. Wage theft is real theft? Yes. But we don't do anything about it because that's a woke idea, Fafen. Come on. You don't want to have these woke liberals making money. I mean, what? Next they're going to ask for basic human rights and you know, insulin being, you know, cheap for people that really need it. Just why would we help the people of this country? No. Their suffering is our gain. This is how we make money. They die, we make money. The rich get richer. Today's stream, we're really off topic today. All right, let's see. Matches. Let's update the scores. And map 2. Second. I'm gonna get everything set up and then I'm gonna get rid of some ads really quickly before we get into the next map. Players are on the right sides. Okay. Really quickly, I am gonna get rid of some ads. So if you do get some ads, I do apologize. Stupid woke liberals. Yeah, exactly, Fafen. Exactly. It's the dumb red pill shit. Yeah. I knew a chap who worked at a bar with sticky fingers in the tip jar. I was a chef at the time. I read chief at first. You were a chief? Chief of what? Chief of the bar? The most brutal firing I ever got to witness? Damn. The most I ever stole when I worked at the sushi place, which was a restaurant as well. They also had like a cooler, and my girlfriend at the time, she liked salmon, so the worst I ever did was I stole like 3 pieces of salmon, like over the year that I worked there. And then funny enough, like the last couple months I was working there, the owner was like, everyone, Gucci-san was the owner. Gucci-san came up to us and was like, everyone is allowed to take one piece of fish from the cooler once a week. Just write it down, like what you took, and then like it just had to be under a certain size. That was actually like the coolest thing he ever did. One of the guys that I used to give a ride home, he would steal a whole fucking bottle of sake consistently because the cameras didn't see that one spot on the shelf. So we'd be walking out, and he'd just grab a bottle of sake and just keep walking. I seriously, I didn't even notice it till like the 4th time he did it. he was so fucking smooth about it too. He was so fucking smooth about it. It was insane. Like he would like, I thought he was just like bending down to like grab his bag or like, cause it was like right where all the coats were too. But he would just like, boop, boop in his coat, go. Oh man. Yeah, that was like, I think the most I ever stole was like $20 worth of salmon from the sushi place. that was the most I ever stole. But even then, like, I didn't get many tips, and so it's whatever. There was a lot. Not that it makes it okay, but there was a lot worse stuff happening at that place. Like having non-GFI electrical outlets next to a giant water boiler. Let's get into a game, everybody. That's a code violation. In the kitchen. On the left-hand side, we got Thrashers. We've got an Anduin, Sergeant Hammer, Imperious, Diva, and a Tracer. Over on the right-hand side, for Almost Canadian, here on Haunted Mines, we got a Stitches, Urel, Brightwing, Chromie, and Zagra. Got ourselves a Zagra. We got ourselves a Queen. Anyways, we will be having this map number 2 here in Nexomania, Division 3. Haunted Mines in this 3-game series. Let's check out our level 1s.
4, 3.
Where's chest? There's a stab.
1. Let the battle begin.
The only thing I ever stole was a box of non-latex gloves. It is our civic duty to commit crimes. Yes. Look, if I gotta go sit in a courthouse and disagree with people on very general things that are just easy to decide on, then yeah, I think I can steal 1 or 2 things here and there in my life. I had jury duty once up here, and it was ugh. It was annoying. I thought jury duty would be fun. Now I understand why people don't like it. It's fun up until you have to sit in the room with people and all decide on something as a group. Especially when everyone's in agreement, and then the one guy who's in agreement the entire time all of a sudden changes his mind, and I shout across the room, "You fucking Googled it, didn't you?" Because the judge tells you before you go into the room, like, "Oh, don't look up the sentencing, blah blah blah." Because the guy started like being like, "Well, you know, it's pretty steep, like what's happening, or like what would happen to him." And I'm like, "That's not for us to decide. We look at the facts. Did this man assault 2 others? Yes." That's it! We're done! It was like an open shut case, but it took us all fucking day to figure out, did this man assault 2 others? Yes. Okay, we're done! Jesus Christ. Celestial Charge, on to the Stitches, as we have a lot of great damage, unfortunately not enough for a kill. Oh god. Alright, well, Diva in the top lane is getting some sidewall action? Destruction? Sidewall action. Getting that sidewall action from Diva. But, no, that'll be just opening up an avenue to maybe chase the enemy. I mean, there is still, like, an easy way to get over there, but just maybe if there's a potential kill, you could chase deep for that one. Mundane Zebra getting the Leap of Faith from Anduin just in time, and things are looking okay for the side of Almost Canadian. What makes them almost Canadian? Do they live on the border of Canada? Like, do they live in like Metro Detroit and they live near the Ambassador Bridge or the tunnel? Or is it the Eisenhower Bridge that they're making now? I don't know, they're making another bridge across to Canada in Detroit again. Or is it like they're all like people who are trying to become Canadian citizens and they're working on their citizenship? These are the important questions that I have to ask in the middle of a game. Nice pressure onto Protoss rule right there. Not going to be able to get the kill. I assume they're from Wisconsin. I assume they're from Metro Detroit. Because that's close to Canada. Are they Americans who apologize a lot and love maple syrup? What, Canadians? No, Canadians are Canadians. I mean, honestly, Kalis, that's most of the Midwest. That's also most of the Midwest, too. Overly apologizing and loving syrup. Or maybe they all speak French. And maybe everyone on the team loves Quebec. And maybe they all love like French Canada. Who knows? I'm almost Canadian. I live in Rochester and Toronto. Right there. But I'm not on the team. Oh, okay. Sorry. I misread that second line. I thought you were on the team, and I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, today's the day, chat. Today's the day. Reading Thrashers is Trashers and everything in between. Nice hook from Stitches. It's point blank, but still gets the kill onto Anduin. Celestial Charge will not connect. And Chromie with the double kill. Great sniping from Chromie. And all we got to say at that moment is just... Great fishing in Quebec. Really good pressure action. Oh, fantastic Celestial Charge, but where's the kill? No! The timeout from Chromie. And it's the Imperious to fall. Almost Canadian, almost getting a fort in bottom lane. Never go full Trashers, yeah. On the note of fishing and all in the conversation about fish and stuff, that's the one thing I love doing. I love going fishing. I don't want to eat fish, but I love going fishing. Oh my god, I can't believe Anduin lived right there. Stitches, if he kept advancing forward, he would have died guaranteed on that one, as the Tracer had good damage as well as the tower shots onto De La Soak. Phase shift from Brightwing. Imperious is down in the bottom lane. Good Celestial Charge will connect onto the Chromie, and a friendly hook will allow the pull away. D.Va gonna try and get a free fort through top lane. Fight around the Sapper camp over here. Actually, it looks like the Urel to rush to top lane. By the way, Temporal Loop level 10 for the Chromie. Do want to note that really quickly. Also, on the note of friendly hook from Stitches, that also puts it on a 8-second cooldown. It's a 50% cooldown when you land a friendly hook. Of course, that's the key factor. You got to land it too. Well, hover siege mode for the hammer as they move in. Let's cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like as the 10 Talontiers are on the horizon. We're going to see trait from the Stitches. I wonder if he's going to go into Putrid Bile at level 10. Because I mean, the hook Gorge combo is still very good. But Putrid Bile, I think, could be really good for De La Soak with these team fights as well. And then you could go for the Gift of the Embalmer at level 20. Really good pressure onto Chromie, but not enough to get the kill as Mundane Zebra finds themselves pulled away for safety. Need to drop by and send you some good vibes. Hope you're doing well. I am doing my best. I am trying my hardest. Thanks for being awesome. Ooh, that's Sagara. Oh wow. I thought the Imperious would keep moving forward, but it looks like Sergeant Hammer just couldn't keep up. Stitches will go in. There's the Putrid Bile I was mentioning, getting the slow, allowing Chromie and the rest to chase in. Mundane Zebra turns around. Celestial Charge onto 2. Oh, the BFG coming through as well, and that'll be a Sky Suplex onto the Chromie. Wrath of Angiers to get the kill, as in the back line, Zagara will be able to take down the Anduin, and I think that was some of her summonables. The Roaches, the Hydras, getting the value that she needed for the counter kill. So 1 for 1, as the objective phase has been mostly ignored thus far in map number 2 here in our first 3-game series of the day. What I really need to do today is I really need to start working on the snowblower. I really should start working on the snowblower today. We have a storm coming up at the end of the month, and obviously that snowblower guy is not gonna probably clear my driveway anymore. So yeah, we'll figure things out. I gotta get on that. Good righteous hammer from the Urel. Holy Word Salvation from the Anduin, gonna get the full duration. Good healing coming out from that, as we do have camp stolen away by the members of Thrashers, and a double kill as well. Really, really good pickup here for the blue team as they crawled back in their experience. It was a little bit behind for them, but now that has been answered. Ardent Defender not available. Tower shots almost, well, no. I was gonna say almost saving. The tower shots don't even dissuade the enemy right there. Alright, Sappers take down the top lane, keep front gate. Actually, still has one tower available. Mundane Zebra hiding in the bush. Waiting to see if Zagra chases out. Protoss rule, though gonna play it safe here. Also did go for Medusa Blades at level 4, so it's gonna be the triple attack, but you have it's gonna be, the damage is a third per attack. Good pulse bomb damage onto Chromie. She will fall. Celestial. Wrath of Angier is not connecting right there. Too many things. Too many cooks. Bottom lane fort goes down, and Thrashers are looking good. I'm getting this weird sort of screen tearing. I think I'm gonna restart heroes right after this map. Hook. No Gorge, of course, but the Righteous Hammer into the face of Anduin, and, well, he's gonna be dead for the next 27 seconds. Avenging Wrath to jump in. Mundane Zebra is the target. Good Righteous Hammer once again. Oh, there's a double maw, but what's the follow-up? Chromie is the follow-up, the damage. The Celestial Charge to get out. The hook does not connect. We do have a Polymorph. No 13 talents here for the side for Almost Canadians, as that would be the range increase for De La Soak, which will be achieved right now. Pulse Bomb on a De La Soak deals a 16th of, yeah, that's immediately just bitten through and healed up immediately. D.Va in the top lane drops the Mecha Explosion. She should be able to get back into her mech before, yeah. But now Bunny Hop will expire. She has no Mecha Explosion. Stitches, does he have a hook? Does he have a hook? He's got the range increase. Good side. Good sidestep. Okie dokie. Sorry. Oh, we have once again, or excuse me, not once again the first. We have here and there. Once again, the first time is the extra echo after you finish the 40 hits, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we got a Wrath of Angiers. There's a Putrid Bile from Stitches. Another slam onto the ground. The Zagara goes down. BFG thrown out. Silver Spy in the bottom left going to get that camp. Celestial Charge onto 2 as the D.Va chases in. Mega kill, hooked, and still a kill onto Brightwing. De La Soak goes down. This looks like all she wrote when it comes to Haunted Mines map number 2. I think Keep goes down right here, and this could be game. I mean, especially with Sergeant Hammer and Tracer. Though Zagar will be up in 3 seconds. Maybe it's not over just yet. Keep's not falling as fast as I thought it was. Sappers are here. One Sapper goes in. That's kind of unfortunate right there. Avenging Wrath in. Righteous Hammer onto the Anduin. D.Va Mech Explosion. Devoured by the Maw, but the explosion goes out. Ardent Defender utilized to make sure that the, for some extra healing, excuse me. Siege Giants are here, still pushing on towards the core. 16 to 14 in our levels, 13 to 8 in kills, as the core shielding is still up, but it's getting scratched right now. Bunny Hop from the D.Va gets the stun onto De La Soak, as we have a huge Celestial Charge onto 1 or 2 actually. Matrix from the D.Va. Boost to try and block the Urel. Siege Giants and Hammer still peppering the core. Will they stick around? 6 seconds on Chromie. Wow. The good hold, a really good hold from Almost Canadian. Righteous Hammer to push back Sergeant Hammer. She'll have to hover siege back into place. Takes a little bit of time. Great hook in from the Stitches. Leap of Faith, boost out. That's going to be a Celestial Charge onto the Brightwing. She goes down once again as the nice Righteous Hammer to interrupt the Holy Word Salvation from the Anduin. Diva Mech Explosion, core down to 88%, 12, 13% off the core, and more happening here. Good hook onto the Hammer, who will boost away once again. Celestial Charge onto Protoss Rule. Mundane Zebra gonna get the Leap of Faith from Anduin. 17 to 15 in levels, as the objective phase is still up and available, and we had 15% off the core. Sorry, I was just looking to see if the models were any different. Devouring Maw into the Hammer. Not a kill, unfortunately. Hook, Polymorph. Okay, Diva Mech is lost. Temporal Loop onto the Diva Pilot. Looks like the Siege Giants blocked a couple of those Sandblasts. Big shot from the Diva as well. Tracers in the mix. That's a good hook onto Silver. Diva Pilot will go down. Oh, okay. Putrid Bile chasing on. Oh, this Anduin should fall as well. Good body blocking. Mundane Zebra with the Celestial Charge into the backline. BFG will connect onto Protoss Rule. Gonna spread that creep around. Mundane Zebra gonna get a double Celestial Charge, but Chromie with the auto damage is enough to get the kill. A completely ignored objective on Haunted Mines. Full stab build, by the way, for the Imperies. So I'm just looking at talents and stuff like that. Probably one of my favorite for Stitches right here, level... What? Really? Maybe Silver Spy was actually hitting him with some shots from the bush, and that's how they knew. Wow. Just some 30 HP on Tracer to live right there. You like this Stitches build? I love, like, 16 pulverizes is such a fun talent. If you land, you land a hook, you pulverize, you almost, I wouldn't say you guarantee, but you're setting up for a kill so long as you have something else to pull the trigger with that. It's not only the slow, but the armor reduction too. It's physical and spell armor reduction. 10% damage increase, essentially. Okay, well, I guess now we're doing the objective. All right, now we do the objective. 15 minutes into the game, level 18 apiece. Sure, now's a great time for objectives. I'm skimming around the map right now. Stitches sets up the kill onto the Hammer over here in the bottom lane. Bunny hop from the Diva, no level 20, so she can't be... Ooh, I was gonna say I think at level 20 you can make it infinite if you stand still. The Pilot will jump out of the mech right there. Temporal Loop onto one. Devouring Maw from the Zagara as well. Anduin gonna take a face full of Banelings. Holy Word Salvation are interrupted by the Yrel, and Chromie to get the kill right there. Tracer trying to back away, Yrel chasing in, but I don't know if the kill will actually be had. Actually, maybe so with the Polymorph. 60-some HP, once again. There's gonna be, I don't think, yeah, so. Alrighty. The Haunted Mines continue here. You love using it to slow, then hook. There's something so satisfying about hooking, and then you slam, and then they're just like, oh, I can't run away. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm just hands off the keyboard, I'm dead. Nice! Nice utilization of the level 13, the here and there, so Chromie was able to swap back to an Echo, avoiding the kill from Imperius. We don't see here and there very often. Cool little adaptation picked up by the Chromie player here. Tracer gonna recall, slam on the ground, hook to not connect because of the blink. Another fight over a Sapper Camp, the true objective of this map, as the Putrid Bile from the Stitches comes out, the Bunny Hop from the Diva, the mech will be going down, the Pilot is out, De La Soak is low, Mundane Zebra with the Wrath of Angiers, the BFG comes through the enemy, as we now have Mundane Zebra down on the ground. It will be wow, really? That hook was like just perfectly max range. Double kill right here. Double kill through the engage. What is? Oh, he did go Gift of Embalmer. Haha. I never get to see here and there, so it's really cool to see this crummy player utilize it. That's a dead hammer. Wow. It's not. I was just I thought I had foreseen the future. I thought I had looked into the crystal ball. Diva's gonna try and base race. It's not gonna work out. Also, because she's hitting minions. That's the other factor too. Is usually you want to hit the core. I'm just kidding. Polymorph, Avenging Wrath, Recall to build to buy a window, and it does allow Tracer to get away, and the core shielding may fall on the right, but this is going to be map number 2. Over to the side of Almost Canadians, GG, well played in our 3-game series of the day here in Nexomania Division 3. Okay. I had a delicious cheeseburger yesterday, but I'm gonna be honest. Oops, that's the wrong button. I'm gonna be honest. I really wanna. I just want pizza today. I want pizza today. It's a pizza day, I think, today. I do think so. Alrighty, let's update all that. Let's get ourselves set up for the next map. Did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you've got Prime Gaming, and if you've got Prime Gaming, you can subscribe to your favorite streamer, that being here at twitch.tv/Bahamut Gaming, and get yourself some amazing emotes, get yourself some ad-free viewing, and yes, you can support Bandit, the best dog here in NA. Best dog NA. Just think about it. Your Prime Gaming is the best. It also gets you a raffle ticket into the Baja Ross raffle that is happening next Saturday. 7 days. 7 days. You have 7 days to get your raffle tickets in, because we'll be pulling the raffle ticket that day. So be sure to do so for the raffle. Who is my favorite hero to cast? I like seeing a really good Kel'Thuzad. I love seeing a really good Kel'Thuzad, because seeing a Kel'Thuzad, like a very, very like well mechanically proficient player on Kel'Thuzad. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anonymous. Whomever you are. Thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to You Are My Favorite Streamer. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you very much, Anonymous. You generous human being. Or humanoid, you know? I don't wanna judge. You know, you could be some infernal watching from hell, like, yeah, I love that guy. Alright, so there's a Zul'jin. Let's do a Zul'jin stacking. Let's do a Zul'jin stacking quest. How much stacking for Zul'jin? It's 150. Let's say 200 or more. 199 or less. Alright, that'll be it. That'll be our bet. We're gonna do a prediction for this game. I'll introduce the teams, and then we will get into it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Nexomania Division 3. On the left-hand side, we got Thrashers. On the right, we've got Almost Canadian here in this 3-game series, and Thrashers will be having a Nazeebo, a Stitches, Zul'jin, Probius, and a Rhaegar. Almost Canadian will be having a Murden, Deathwing, Deckard, Leoric, Vala. Now, we are going to be doing a fun little gamble here, and it is going to be as such. how many stacks for Zul'jin by the end. We are going to be looking at this number here, not this number, because this is obviously 1/5 of the amount. So this number right here, how many of these will there be at the end of the game? 200 or more, 199 or less. Get your gambles in, ladies and gentlemen. Anonymous, thank you for a gifted sub to I'm a Cat. See, as I said, I don't know. Maybe Anonymous is a cat, or a dog, or an infernal. I mean, Anonymous could be a single cell organism. Who knows? Anonymous could be Jeff Bezos, for all I know. Thank you, Anonymous. I appreciate the gifted subs. Thank you very much, my friend. But there is a gamble going right now if you would like to do so. There's a gamble going for the Zul'jin stacking. But I will say this, my favorite unique hero to cast, so like, unique in the sense of like, you don't see them all the time, would, I mean even then like, Kil'Thuzad's kind of in that category, but it's, Cho'Gall of course. Cho'Gall is like my favorite, through and through, but like a really, really well, as I said, like a really mechanically savvy Kil'Thuzad player is so fascinating to watch, because it's like, I think, for me at least, like that's one of the hardest combos to really nail down in Heroes of the Storm as a ranged assassin. Like the Glacial Spike with the Death and Decay and the Nova and all that kind, and the chain, like it's a lot of really, really good button pressing, and just seeing that is awesome to watch. But Cho'Gall is Cho'Gall. I mean, I always love a good Cho'Gall. Also, I don't care that Leoric died. No one freed Harrison Jones. Can we talk about the fact that no one has freed Harrison Jones here? He's just chilling. Look at him. He's just there, hanging out. By the way, we're going to do some StarCraft 2 casting later today. So today is casting. Bunch of casting. We're going to hang out and have a fun little day of casting. Good friendly hook onto the Probius. Let's see, how's the gamble? Not too bad. Not too bad of a gamble here. We got about 35 stacks for the Zul'jin. Make it more like 40 as he's going to dump some damage into this Deathwing. 45 stacks for the Zul'jin. Murd and Dwarf tossing in. Probius able to get the boost out. Yeah, I wish Probius's Worker Rush, which is his Z, I wish it wasn't interrupted the moment he took damage. That makes it so bad. Like, either keep it how it is and give it a super low cooldown, or make it... Obviously, we're not going to get a patch in this game, but still. That kills Probius so hard. No one will ever free Harrison Jones in StarCraft either. Well, that's because he's in space! You know, with how much you cast everyone and point out how lonely Mr. Jones is, you'd think once we would get... Exactly, right? You would think. But I can't blame people, because at the same time, like, when you get into a game like this, that's actually not true. I was gonna say, like, when people get into, like, rank, they're not thinking about this. But even then, when I get into rank, that's the first thing I do. Like, Iron Flare and everyone will be talking about the game plan. I'd be like, hey guys, Harrison Jones! Or, like, I'll be playing Sky Temple, and, like, I'll be doing solo Storm League, and I'll go to Sky Temple, and I'll start pinging the location where Harrison Jones is. And people, and then you'll get someone who's just like, muted, blocked. Murden trying to get the kill onto Probius, but the Worker Rush will allow him to boost away here. Hook goes out onto the Vala, who vaults back immediately. Got some heals on the ground from Mega Kill. The Old Man Juice is thrown on the ground. A very low Zul'jin will fall. 17 stacks thus far for the Zul'jin. Doing pretty good right there. Has the 1.1 range increase, but speaking of range, got that Vala closing the gap with the Death Dealer level 4, getting some great damage into the Stitches. Now, who gets the turn-in? It is going to be the side of Almost Canadian. I always forget to free Harrison Jones and the Sharks in my game. See? And how often are you here? I shocked someone with the Sharks recently. I think that one, that's probably one of the secrets in the game that a lot of people don't know about is the Sharks. Because I don't, like, because Blackheart doesn't get played as much as, like, Battlefield or Infernal or Towers of Doom. Like, I really think that the Sharks are, like, I think the Sharks might be one of the coolest Easter eggs in the game. At least for me. I like the Sharks. Well, the Webweavers descend for the side of Almost Canadian, and the Zul'jin does get stunned by Deathwing. Gets hit with the little necrotic wave of the Webweaver, but Zul'jin angling just to get some damage. I think it's just, is it clear or is it stacks? Because I'm not sure. If I was the Zul'jin player and there's a Deathwing in my face, I think I'd be looking for stacking over clearing the objective. And maybe this is why I'm not that good. Great hook from the Stitches onto Daedalus Soak. Vala gonna try and put some counter damage out, as there's not a lot of mana left on this Vala. I also like the Sharks. I don't know why, but my brain read it as, I like to free the Sharks too, and I'm like, that's not what it says. It's because you're a good bean, Stark. You're a good bean. You're a good pinto bean. You're like part of the furniture? No, it's more like a ship. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Part of the crew, part of the ship. Damage over time, damage over time, damage over time! Blah. Brains are weird. Oh, they're awful, man. They're absolutely awful. Adding in words, adding in letters. Good job, thank you. Like, negative focus on the game in front of my eyes right now. The Tostitos from the Zul'jin keep them alive right here. 25 stacks to the Zul'jin, but this Zul'jin's got to overstack. We are looking at more than 150, so we'll see what happens. We also do have blue Webweavers descending for the side of Thrashers. Nullgate from the Probius. I do want to know that it does do damage, so it is a good siege tool. Nazebo caught by the Leoric in bottom lane. Buried, or excuse me, the Entomb was utilized. It's probably some sort of Entomb, and then just drain kill. Oh, the Ancestral Healing. It's a 1 second, and it feels like 4 when you're the Ancestrally. It feels like, even when you're the Rhaegar too, it feels like when you cast that, it feels like an eternity. You're just like 4 seconds or like whatever. It's 1 second, but God, does it not feel like that. Boss to be grabbed over here in the top lane by Almost Canadian. All right, ooh, Probius gonna check here. Nullgate goes in, Stitches in as well. I said that I was going to go to Almost Canadian, but here we are on the point. Bellowing Roar does push back the enemy. The Boss Pit is engaged, or the Throw Pit's engaged. The Ancestral Healing this time coming through. That was such a good Entomb from Leoric. It doesn't matter whether or not he caught someone in it. The biggest thing is creating terrain to block anyone from retreating. Beautiful Entomb from this Leoric player. Absolutely astonishing. Great block from the Deathwing right there, wiggling in front of the hook from Mundane Zebra, as the boss will take down the top lane fort. Zul'jin just going to auto their way through this. 31 stacks to the Zul'jin. Oh, that blind hook almost connecting onto Protoss Rule, but the Vala gonna vault forward. 100 stacks right now for the Vala. How many times? Actually, we haven't looked at the other stats in a little bit here. Let's go ahead and do exactly that. And we have the Red Webweavers to descend as well. Things are looking pretty good here for Almost Canadian. They're almost the victors. Ain't I clever? Ain't I just so clever? Probius is dead. Unlike people with dyslexia, I have no issues with spelling though. Well, My issues with spelling, I would say, also come from a lack of good education basis, in that a lot of my things are spelled phonetically, and that I also grew up in a household of immigrants, so, you know, there's also that factor too. I say a lot of words weird. I have to like consciously try and say certain words so I don't say them weird. The cleverest. Thank you. Sha-na-na-na-na. Nazebo's gonna be going down right there. Nice Entomb from the Leoric. Oh my god, is that beautiful? Oh my god! That was delicious. Serve me that up again. Let's see that again. Instant replay. Well, not instant. Oh wait. I actually do want to see that again. That was so beautiful. God, look at that. Golly! Stay well and listen. Ancestor healing connects, but it don't matter. God, was that nice. Easy bake overactivated. Dude, you know what? I wouldn't even call that the easy bake. I would call that the kiln. I would call that the kiln right there, because dear fucking lord, is that just terrifyingly... Especially, like, they didn't have 16 at the time, but with conflagration, that would have made it even more disgusting, but still. I just want to give it a different name, so that way I can feel smart. No, it's mostly I just want to give it a different name because there's a Deathwing. It's a flamin' sriracha. Them some flamin' hot Cheetos. Killin'. Ah. Now a kiln, like the thing that you bake pottery in, they get extremely hot. Hotter than an easy bake oven. Actually, I feel like the kiln would be like Entomb, Molten Flame from Deathwing, and then Lightning Breath from Diablo. That actually might be the kiln right there. Either way, seriously, really well played from Almost Canadian right there in that combo. Just awesome. Absolutely awesome. Another Molten Flame from Deathwing. Keep in mind that the conflagration, stay well and listen, guarantees the kill on Nazebo. Conflagration, this is a huge talent for Molten Flame Deathwing. Dealing 624 damage with Molten Flame to enemies within 4 seconds causes them to burn for an additional 195 damage over 4 seconds. While burning, they explode every 1 second, dealing 156 damage to all nearby enemies. And keep in mind, these are scaling numbers. Red Webweavers will descend to Almost Canadians. No, I don't get it, Kalis. I don't get it. Could you explain it a little bit further, Kalis, please? I don't think Twitch chat gets it. I obviously get it, but Twitch chat I think just doesn't get it. So could you explain? Everyone knows that jokes are always best enjoyed, and they are the most funny when you really beat them to death. As my best friend one time explained the joke hot dog to his roommate for like 5 minutes straight. And she just kept going, Brandon, I get it. Yeah, it's a dog. It's been in the sun. It's a hot dog. Stupid as shit. Webweaver through the top. Vala keeping her hatred up and is gonna get those autos in. We do have the Manticore level 16 Entomb from Leoric not connecting this time. Rhaegar goes in for a bite onto De La Soak. The Webweaver in top will expire as Mundane Zebra gets the Ancestor healing, gets the hook, the Gorge onto the Vala. Muradin pops the Avatar. Dwarf tosses in. Stay well and listen from the Deckard Cain as the top lane keep will fall. Webweavers will expire completely here. Bellowing Roar from the Deathwing to push back the Nazebo, but it doesn't work out. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. Zul'jin seemingly cleaning up this fight right now. 39 stacks for the Zul'jin. And since we don't do math on this stream, we can go ahead and look. That is 197. If Zul'jin doesn't get a single auto onto an enemy here, what if, I know Probius is back. I was gonna say, what if they lost and Zul'jin had 197? That'd be comical. Leoric is gonna scout out for his team. He will respawn into this, which is This is a... Oh, no, Wait. Why wouldn't they just kill him? Why wouldn't you just kill Lior? I feel like that was an easy kill back. It's not Thursday? Wait, it's not Thursday? Shit. Oh, it is. It's Saturday, isn't it? There's sports on TV. I mostly just want a pizza. That's all I want. Entomb and Conflagration not going to really line up too well right there. The boss at the top lane is going to start knocking on this keep as the Deathwing will go for a Cataclysm across the... it's a good hook. Gorge. And goodbye, Vala. How many times has she died? That's her first death? Wow. I thought she had died already once. Taylor Stoke will pop the Avatar, gets the Dwarf Toss out. And will go down, unfortunately, to the Probius. There's HOTS action on Twitch, though. Oh, absolutely. I really don't care about the sports. But if friends go out to enjoy the sports and they go to a bar that may or may not have pizza, then maybe I care. Because that's where I'm at. Deathwing is going to go down, and it looks like almost Canadians were almost able to take this entire 3-game series. Well, not the entire 3-game series. They're almost to take the overall win in this series, but looks like with Probius on core, just Probius on core, only Probius, just Probius. It's only Probius. You heard the Tostitos in the background, but that doesn't matter. GG, well played over to the side of Thrashers. They take the series 2-1. GG.